Hey, it's Mazciel. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a book unhaul. I've never done one of these types of videos before because I just don't like getting rid of books. But it's gotten to the point that I decided I really wanted to declutter my life, and I had this huge storage bin in my closet filled with books, some of them that I haven't even read before. So I decided I would film a video on all of the books that I'm going to be getting rid of. I do have over 20 books, but I'm only going to be mentioning 20 books in this video just because I don't want this video to be like over 20 minutes long. So I'm gonna get started with YA. So the first book that I have is She's So Dead to Us by Karen Scott. When I was in high school, I used to be obsessed with her writing, and I have all of the private books in the private series. Let me know if you guys have read that series, because I haven't met a lot of people that have actually read those books, and I really love them. I didn't like the way that they ended, but that's a whole different video and rant. So but yeah, I saw that these books were coming out and I picked this one up, and then I also picked up He's So Not Worth It by Karen Scott, and I read both of these books, but then I just kind of lost interest in them and I never picked up the next one. So I am sure that somebody will really enjoy these, so I will be donating this to a library. Next, I have Crash Into Me by Albert Boris, and this is a book that my sister gave to me. She read it, I believe, and she passed it on to me. I never read it. I think that this is just like a YA romance, and it's not really the type of book that I think I would enjoy. So I will be donating this. She said I could, so yeah, I'm sure somebody will enjoy it. Next, I have two books by Jodi Picoult. I hope I am saying her last name right. If not, I apologize. But I have The 10th Circle, and then I also have Salem Falls. I did do a book review on this, or I did like a reading wrap-up blog post on this on my blog, and I think that the post is still up. So if you guys are interested in this book, then definitely go and check that out. But I read it, I really enjoyed it, but I just don't think I will be rereading this, so I'm sure somebody else will really enjoy this book, so I will be donating this one as well. Then I also have Salem Falls, and this is a book that I want to read before I actually donate. If I really, really love the book and I feel like this is a book that I will be rereading, then I'll keep it, but if I just enjoy it and I don't see myself rereading it, then I will definitely be donating this. It just sounds like a really interesting book, and I just never picked it up. To be honest, I forgot that I even owned this. So yeah, this is on my TBR to read probably in February. If I don't read it by the end of February, I will be donating this. If the lighting is a little bit weird, I'm sorry. I'm trying out this new corner in my workspace to try to see if I can film videos here, but there's like a lot of sun coming in this way because there's two big windows, so hopefully it doesn't look too bad. But anyways, the next book that I have is Into the Wild by John Crocker, and this is a book that was made into a movie. It sounded really interesting. I didn't watch the movie and I didn't read the book. Next, I have Wild by Cheryl Strayed, and this is again another book that was made into a movie, and I remember when this book was so popular and everybody was reading it, and this was even mentioned in the Gilmore Girls, you know, when Gilmore Girls came back out with their series on Netflix. I remember it was mentioned on there, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna read that book, I have it, and I didn't read it, so I will be donating this. But I don't know, now that I'm talking about this book, I kind of want to read it. I love Reese Witherspoon, and I kind of want to watch the movie now, but I don't know. Let me know if you guys have read this book in the comments. Next, I have The Crazy School by Cornelia Reed, and I also wrote a blog post on this. I don't remember if it was a book review or just like a reading wrap-up post, but if you're interested in that, then go and check it out. To be honest, I don't even remember what this book was about. I read it so long ago, but I do remember enjoying it, so I will be donating this one as well. Next, I have Waiting to be Heard by Amanda Knox, and this was a book that I was thinking of actually keeping because I feel like maybe I'll read it in the future. I remember I picked this up at a library sale for I think it was $1 that I paid for this, and it's literally brand new. I only read up to page 85. The bookmark is still in it. But it was a really interesting read. If you followed Amanda's story in the news when it was happening, then I definitely think you guys will enjoy reading this. I don't know, I haven't decided if I'm going to be getting rid of this, if I see myself reading it, because I did watch her documentary on Netflix, so I don't know. but I think I will be donating this because I think somebody else might really actually enjoy reading this. Next, I have Remember Me by Sophie Kinsella, and this book was in one of my TBR videos last year, and I told myself I was going to be reading this book because I've had it for a really long time. I never read it, so this book is going to be going. Next, I have Cleopatra by Stacy Sheath, and this book I picked up at Half Price Books a while ago. They were having like a really big sale, and it just sounded like a really interesting book. I've always found Cleopatra to be a really interesting person, so I don't know, again, every time I like mention new books, I'm like, maybe I should keep it, but again, I've had this for a while, and I did remember that I had it, and I just never picked it up, so I don't know, should I get rid of it, or should I keep it? I don't know. Next, I have two books that I didn't even remember that I still had. I had these since I was in high school. These were books that I had to read. I think it was my senior year. And I have Macbeth by William Shakespeare and King Lear by William Shakespeare. These, I will be donating this. I'm sure that somebody will get use out of these. I think that you guys still have to read these in high school. If you do, I'm sorry, because I found these to be really, really boring, and I don't even think that I like finished reading them. If you love like William Shakespeare, then you might really enjoy these, but I didn't. So next, I have A Separate Peace by John Knowles, and this was a book that I also read in high school, but this wasn't the copy that I read. This is my sister's copy that she gave me. She had to read this as well, and I thought I was going to be rereading this. I never did. This one is going as well. Next, I have The Other Boleyn Girl by Philippa Gregory, and this book I did read a really long time ago, and I actually really enjoyed it. I watched the movie as well. I don't see myself rereading this, so I will be giving this one away. Next, I have Stealing Athena by Karen Essex, and this is a book that I remember picking up because I thought the cover was really pretty, and I was like, I'm gonna read it. Never did, and it's literally like brand new. I think, again, I only paid like $1 for it, you guys, so don't freak out. I didn't pay like $22.95 is what this book is worth, but yeah, I only paid $1 for it. Next, I have Mistress of Death by Ariana Franklin, and I think that this is kind of like a mystery book, and I remember picking it up because I thought the cover was really cool and like creepy, and it just sounded like the type of book that I would enjoy reading. This is another book that I think I might read before I give away. It just sounds really interesting, but again, I've had this for a really long time, and even if I do read it, I will be giving it away just because I don't see it being in my collection for like a really long time. Next, I have The Schindler's List by Thomas Kennelly. I never read this book. Again, I picked it up at a library sale. And yeah, I just never read it, so this one I will be donating. Next, I have The Pillars of Earth by Ken Follett. Looked like the type of book that I would enjoy. Again, I never read it, so I will be donating this one as well. Next, I have Salem's Lot by Stephen King, and this is a book that I remember that when I picked this up, me and my sister both wanted to read it. It sounded really, really interesting and really creepy, and neither of us ever ended up reading this book. I do love watching movies based on Stephen King's books. Like, I really love Rose Red. Let me know if you've ever watched that. It's a really long movie. But this book I just never picked up, and I've had it for a really long time, so I will be donating this. The last book that I will be donating is Revolutionary Road by Richard Yates, and I remember picking this up at Barnes & Noble. I love Titanic, and when I found out that Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet were going to be doing another movie, I was like, I have to read that book, and I'm going to watch the movie. Never read the book. Never watched the movie. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would love to have you guys back. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I mentioned in this video in the comments down below, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye.